Okay, thank you. Hello everyone, thank you for joining our chant class for Asia timetable. Today is the last class, regular class we're going to hold. And tomorrow afternoon we start our summer cheese officially. So Saturday afternoon after lunch we will begin our summer cheese for 4 weeks. So this will be our last talk for about 5 weeks or so. Okay. We're excited about the summer cheese here at YongHua Temple, because this is the first time that we have air conditioning here. Thank you for your patience. I put you through a lot, I admit, and that's why we lost a lot of people. Okay, it's not easy to practice chant, but the more difficult, the more you get out of it. Especially, I want to remind you, the cheese are a very special time for us. It's because this is when we really concentrate our practice intensively for weeks on end. And it is really irreplaceable. There's really no real good substitute for it. This is why we still preserve the same qi spirit, the same qi technique that we learned from the Chinese. Okay? We tailor it to the American culture in modern times by 2 things. Number one, we still preserve the intensity. So preferably, this is why we create these, we have the facilities to enable you to come here and concentrate. Okay. And not worry about anything. Don't worry about money, don't worry about anything at all. Put everything aside. And when you do that, you're able to reset your mind. Because, like it or not, we are conditions of our environment. So be careful which environment you are, wherever you come from. You come to our temple, these way places here, or DTT, or other way places that we have. It's designed to help you, put you into a different frame of mind, where you're back to yourself, your true self, and increase your peace and bliss. Your true Buddha nature is very peaceful. It's very blissful. And this is what we hope you get a chance to get a glimpse of that during these qis. And so that's why we take it very seriously ourselves. So we work hard ourselves to build up our samadhi, our concentration power, so that when you come to our way places, you'll be able to benefit from that. Okay? And so this cannot be faked. The samadhi is something that when you practice meditation long enough, you can sense it. Because the more your higher level, your samadhi is of higher level, then the more peaceful you feel. And when you reach a certain level, for example, when you become 1G or higher, I call it G class. Okay, then you also experience peace and bliss, but also you really begin to experience true happiness. It cannot be described. You have to be there. Okay, and I remember one of my disciples in Korea visited I have some regard for this particular Sunim. He's the highest level I've seen so far in Korea, and I like him. So I sent my people there for them to see, to get a glimpse and learn from this senior monk. And he saw one of my lay disciples. He says, very good. Your work is done, according to translation. I don't speak Korean, so I depend on their translations. And he looked at her and said, your work is done. Congratulations, because she's the G class. And when I heard that story, I chuckled. Okay, I chuckled because once you are in a G class, the work is not done. The work only begins because you begin to discover how more wonderful life is. Okay, and so that's why I hope that all of you will be able to experience it sooner than better, sooner the better, and sooner than later, because it is wonderful. And it gets better and better and better. Okay, and so that's why we work hard ourselves, because we are the first beneficiaries of such practices. We feel very blissful. We feel more peaceful, and life is more interesting, more fascinating. Which has nothing to do with the amount of money or how many temples we have, okay? And so that's why I hoped that you'll be able to experience it yourself, okay? This is the kind of environment that we try to offer you, okay? So that's why I said it's irreplaceable. When I first became a left form person, I would go to temple, and I would compare temples by crossing my legs and compare the peace and the bliss in every single place. Okay, of course, at the time my level was very low, but I already knew that instinctively there is something that cannot be faked. It doesn't matter what the monks and nuns tell you, say to you, or behaves. When you cross your legs, that's when your Buddha nature really connects with that peace and bliss that it likes, that it's a natural state, if you will. Okay? So that's why once you understand, the more you practice, the more advanced you become, you'll be at peace, and you are more blissful throughout more times during the day than not. Doesn't matter what you do. You go to work, you go home, your wife yells at you, you still feel peaceful and blissful. Believe it or not. All right? Any questions about that? Yes, 5.
Hi, Master. I recently really experienced the sweetness of cultivation. Although I'm still like a preschooler in the world of cultivation and I don't have any samadhi power yet, my overall quality of life has already greatly improved. I think I've never been so content with life before. I didn't even know life could be lived this way. I've been heavily relying on my brain to tell me what to do. But now sometimes I automatically know what to do without thinking, which is a much easier way to live. For the past few years, my main source of stress is from parenting. And I shared lots of struggles and challenges and got lots of great advices from you and the Sangha team. I'm happy to say that my relationship with my older son has greatly improved to a new level. When the kids give me a hard time, I usually ask, why are they doing this to me? They must be my past creditors. I still think they may be my past creditors, but my perspective has changed a little bit. I think they are not here to torture me, but they are here to help me cultivate better. they are constantly pushing me to accept the unacceptable. For example, they are really into video games. I just don't get it. What's fun about that fake world? So I was frustrated for quite a long time. And one day, suddenly, I realized that as a woman, I probably can never understand the men's world 100%. I mean, we are physiologically different, but I can at least respect their judgment and decisions for their own lives. So at that moment, I was able to let go of my control over their screen time, and I decided to do an experiment. So I let go of my control over their screen time and wanted to see what happens. It turns out that, of course, they play more than I wanted, but they have some type of control over their own screen time, and nothing bad has happened. They are still doing excellently at school, and I feel that they are developing their own wisdom, and it's just a much easier relationship. So we haven't had conflict most of the time for the past month. I know I will still get afflicted sometimes, but it will never be as bad as before. Like 2 days ago, it happened again. My older son suddenly decided he didn't want to go to basketball practice. I think I shared a similar story before. I noticed that I got afflicted, but I paused for a moment, and I said to him, I'm sorry that I'm angry right now, but this has nothing to do with you. You didn't do anything wrong, it's just that I'm not taking good care of myself. He didn't say anything, and he went to practice. There was usually a drummer before. And after the practice, he told me, I had a great time today, Mom. I was like, oh, wow, that's different. And another thing is that I think all over my life, I've been struggling with high anxiety over waste due to the way I was raised. So I'm always worried about waste of food, waste of money, waste of any resources. And I have been aware of this problem for more than 10 years, but I didn't really make major progress. Also recently, I think I was able to let go of my high anxiety over waste. I still do my best to minimize waste, but when it happens, I'm okay with that. So you can imagine how miserable my life was because waste was inevitable, right? So now I no longer get upset when the kids cannot finish their food in the plates.
You think you're getting a dog or something? To take care of the waste?
So when I was walking to Lu Mountain Temple on Christmas Day in 2022, I didn't know what I was getting into. I was just trying to find something to make my life easier. Over the past couple of years, I feel cultivation has been a very effective tool for me to manage different areas of my life. But now I would say that cultivation is no longer a tool to serve my life. It is the highest purpose of my life, and it is my life. I'm so grateful for you, Master, the Sangha team, and all my Dharma sisters and brothers. I know this is just a beginning. I look forward to continuing this journey with you. I love you, Master.
Oh. Thank you so much. I'm so touched. You should record it, okay? This is so fascinating. Really? You did all that? We did all that together? Amazing. Also, your English has improved a lot too the last 2 years. When you first came and you talked to me, you said, excuse me? Okay, very good. Excellent. And this is it gets better, I assure you. It will get better and better because the happiness is like the peace and bliss. It's all related. the happiness that you experience originates from the peace and the bliss. Believe me, okay? And it originates from your true Buddha nature. Your Buddha nature is like that. That's why you naturally gravitate towards that peaceful state. You become peaceful by letting go. So as you continue to make progress, you see yourself being able to let go more and more often. Okay, that's what you will continue to see, to evolve in that direction. And when you let go, it becomes more blissful as well. Okay, and so I'm very pleased that great things happened to you, and thank you for sharing with us. All right, and more to come, I'm pretty sure. And there's many more you can learn as well. But that's the core of it. Each of us who have our own style, our own conditions, and our own choices in how to deal with the family, deal with people at work and so forth. But the foundation is still based on peace and bliss. Okay? Now, and it rubs off on others. Okay. All right, anyone else would like to share or praise the Master? Don't be shy now. All right. I really have very little to do with it. Basically, what we do is share with you the wisdom from the Chan masters. I'm grateful to my Chinese teacher for accepting me. I'm so proud to tell you that what he gave me is just priceless, because to this day, if I were to look at myself, I would never admit myself as a disciple, let alone be a monk. And yet he accepted me, and he tolerated me for a while, and then so it really, he sets example for me to learn to be more tolerant and give people multiple chances, and because it's a matter of time. If you expose to this environment, you rub elbows with other people who are struggling like you, or trying to find a peace and bliss inside of themselves, you will see you will evolve. You will choose to transform yourself. Okay, and give yourself time. Give your spouses, your partners time, because eventually they will, once they experience it, they've seen you and they benefited from your wholesome changes, they also one day would remember and would like to be like that. Okay? Maybe, hopefully, this lifetime. But trust me, it's priceless, because once you've seen it, once you experience it, you seek for it lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. Okay, it's your anchor, by the way. It's not money, it's not just smarts, it's your wisdom. Okay, your Buddha's wisdom that manifests itself as maintaining itself in a state of peace and bliss. Okay? And it helps you become like here in our temple. Number one, you try to concentrate and you build your concentration here. And we have a very unique way of helping you develop your concentration. Okay, and so that's within the Buddha Hall. When we work intensively. Okay, and then once you get out, you go to the dining area or you walk around and so forth, and then you will also learn to experience something that's different from a Chinese system or Korean system or Vietnamese system. I want you to learn about kindness, okay, and compassion, because you can be real intense here in the Buddha Hall, But when you go outside and get a cup of tea or go take a break and meet someone, the Asians, the Chinese, typically where I came from, my master's temple and Chinese and Taiwanese temples and so forth, they would have a sign that says Bi-kou or Jing-kou or something, which means like my mouth is pure, or I don't talk, I maintain silence. Okay, we don't plan to have that kind of Dharma here at our temples because I want you to talk. I want you to exhale and complain and whine and ask questions, because there's many more people before you who've been here, and like Lena there, who went through a lot more than you realize. For her to be able to survive all these years, it's not easy. It's very challenging. And so they actually are a source of inspiration, a source of encouragement and reassurance for you that it's working for a lot of people in our communities, and therefore you should get a share of it too yourself. Okay? Just hang in there. And so I count on you, count on your kindness, count on your compassion. This is something that you develop by learning to be kinder to people, be more tolerant to others. Okay, and that's the second part of the training, where you learn to be kinder and more compassionate by talking to people, by sharing with people, by tolerating people, embracing them. Okay, we all have a lot of faults, trust me. Okay, and we're working on them. That's what it's about. We're not trying to pretend to be perfect. Okay, if you don't see any faults, any irregularities, then you're probably looking at a Buddha. Okay, only Buddhas are perfect. None of the bodhisattvas I know are perfect. Even my master has a lot of issues. My own idol, he has a lot of issues as well. Okay, and so don't worry about it. Be yourself, and this is why the community is very important. It's for you to come and share with each other and experience it together. Okay, all right. It's just as remind you, be yourself. Don't worry. Don't have to pretend. Okay, because the experiences, good or bad, you will learn from it, and you will choose properly. I'm pretty sure that you choose to be gooder. That's our theme of our Dharma practice. Is we all are trying to be gooder. That's all. All right? Any other questions? All right, and furthermore, I looked at, as I was preparing for the anecdotes today from the Wei-Yang lineage, and I ran across something from Master YongHua. YongHua is a very famous Chan master in the Tang dynasty in China. It's very special. During the Tang dynasty, there were a lot of fantastic Chan masters. They appeared. There's just so many of them who came to the world. Okay, and so YongHua, Great Master YongHua is one of them. I ran across them because I was reading something from a Japanese Zen. They call these masters differently, so I had to look up who they were referring to. And it was an anecdote between YongHua and Yunmen, two of the Chan masters, very famous in a Chinese Chan, but I have very little exposure to. Okay, so I became curious. So I read about it. It's kind of interesting, and And it dawned on me that we only have like 15 anecdotes left on the Wei-Yang lineage. So we need to prepare for the next set. Okay, so for the next set, I like to look into Mazu, which is the Grand Master. Mazu was predicted by the 6th Bay chart to father the 5 great lineages of the Chan school. From under Mazu and his disciples arose the great 5 houses of Chan in China, in a Chan school. Okay, and so I like to learn about Mazu. Okay, and give me some anecdotes, some materials on Mazu, and then next one would be Huangbo. Okay, Huangbo is also very interesting as well. So this is what happened to Huangbo. Huangbo, I'm sure that when we talk about his anecdotes, we learn more. But Huangbo, for this piece of the story I read, he was accomplished, so he would live in a hut, a very simple hut, poor hut by himself, okay, waiting for disciples. Because at the time, this is the part of the great culture, the Chan from China, that I hoped they will be able to imitate in the U.S. If we want Chan to proliferate, to prosper in our country, we need to understand this. You need to understand that, need to share with everyone that you practice Chan by looking for a good knowing advisor. Okay? This is the distinctive characteristics of the superiority of the Chan school in China. Okay, I find nothing that of comparable value in the other cultures, the other schools, whether it's in Vietnam, Zen, and so forth. Okay, and so Huangbo, after he became enlightened, what did he do? In China, there's his reputation. He should sit there, okay, in his hut. Lived very poorly, very unimpressive, and lived in his hut here. And the Chinese Chan masters and practitioners would come and ask him for instructions. Okay, this is the spirit of the Chinese Chan that made it so outstanding, much better than India, I feel. Okay, or any other cultures that I'm aware of. And so he was living in this poor hut, okay, a very simple hut by himself. And that's the spirit of Chan. We're not attached to material things. And back then, the difference between then and now is that the spirit of them is that if you are practicing Chan, you always are looking for Chan masters and go to Chan masters for instructions, one after another, after another, after another, okay? And stay with that Chan masters until you feel that you no longer getting a lot out of the instructions. And so Huangbo would live in his hut, and the people would come and ask him questions. Okay, and that's what Huangbo did. And so Huangbo was living in his hut here, and there's a monk, a traveling monk, who later became Yunmen. Okay, he's traveling around and looking for instruction from the great masters, because we don't know one from the other. There were so many famous Chan masters, so the Chinese Chan students would wonder, they would travel long distance to go visit one master and then learn as much as they could, and then move on to the next, and the next, and the next, and so forth. So Huangbo decided to live in a hut by himself, no big temple, no, at this time, no big group of students who would follow him every day. He just lived there simple by himself. So this not Yunmen yet, but at the time, later this monk became Yunmen, which founded one of the 5 Chan schools in China. He came and paid a visit to Great Master Huangbo, and he walked in there, and at the hut, he knocked on the door, and Huangbo says, "Who's there?" And the Chan monk says, "I am so and so." And so he said, "Okay, come in." So the so and so came in, and Yunmen looked at him and stood up and grabbed him by the 2 arms and say, "Speak, speak." And so, who later became Yunmen, Great Master Yunmen, was speechless. It was not used as this kind of violence from a Chan master. A Chan master is known to be so magnanimous, so gentle, like everything is empty anyway, so why should you get excited and so forth. But this great master here, he grabbed him by the arm and said, "Speak, speak." And so was speechless. He didn't know what to say. So Huangbo clearly became disappointed and said, "Leave." And so kicked him out, shut the door after him. So this so-and-so Chan master was baffled. He said, what happened? So he sat outside of the hut and meditated. Okay, and this is what Chan instructions back then. This is part of the certain teaching. You cannot expect what they're going to do with you, and you have no idea what the instructions are. You don't understand. But what so-and-so Chan master did right was that he sat down and meditated. He couldn't understand it, so he said, "I couldn't understand it." Okay. Instead of nowadays, we look online for more information about this crazy monk living in a hut and so forth. Surely you must have some kind of social media, something, to get some support or offerings or something. And so, no, the so-and-so Chan master crossed his legs and meditated. After a while, a few days, he says, He decided to try again. So knocked on the door, and Huangbo said, "Who's there?" I said, "So-and-so." He said, "Come in." And so opened the door, walked in, and Huangbo stood up, grabbed me in the arm, "Speak! Speak!" I said, "Again? I mean, don't you have something new to tell me?" I made it for a few days, for some time already. Surely I must have changed. But so-and-so was shocked. I said, and he was speechless. He couldn't answer. So Huangbo became so disappointed. He showed the disappointment in his face. What a loser. If you ask me, I say, "Oh, what another real loser. Get out." So threw him out, shut the door behind him. And so Chan master now is really, really intrigued. He said, "What am I missing?" So Huangbo, what did he do? He crossed his legs again, "You idiots." What else are you going to do? You want to understand? Unlike the professor here, you don't think, you cross your legs. Okay? So he crossed his legs. And he crossed his legs and thought about it. What do you mean by speak, speak? What am I supposed to tell him? So he thought about it. He thought about it. And he thought about it. And he thought about it. And God knows how long. Okay? And he sat there and sat there. He didn't give up. That's the point. Okay? Part of your training is not to give up. When you don't have the answer, you cross your legs. Okay? And you cross your legs. And you cross your legs again. Okay? And so this guy crossed the legs. And the Lord knows how long he crossed his legs. And one day he said, "God, I give it another shot." So he stood up, knocked on the door, and said, "Who's there?" it's so-and-so, come in. And when he walked in there, and Huangbo stood up, grabbed by the arm, speak. And this has become more violent. And I hope you noticed that. The first time speak is easy. Second time is harsher. Third time is violent. He said, speak you know. And no matter how so-and-so felt was calm and peaceful, this violence really shook him up. And he was speechless. He didn't know what to say to this kind of violence. Okay? And he was speechless. And look, and Huangbo said, get out of here. And so he opened the door and show him out, okay, push him out, and slam the door. Unfortunately, when he slammed the door, okay, so-and-so's foot didn't clear it yet. So one foot was stuck there, and so the door really slammed on his foot. And he says, ouch! And so woke up. And he said, oh, yeah! And he limped around, and then he turned around and bowed to Master Huangbo. Okay, he said, thank you very much. Okay, and that's when Huangbo became enlightened. Okay, and later Huangbo said some more. Okay, said a lot longer, and then he went to the mountain, the Yunmen mountain, and became known as a Yunmen master, and founded his own school, Yunmen, who is now defunct. He's no longer around. Okay, so Huangbo is famous not only for helping Yunmen, but he's more famous for teaching Linji. Linji is my Vietnamese master's lineage, where it's still today. The Japanese know it as Rinzai, Chinese Linji, Vietnamese Lâm Tế. What's Korean? Inje. There you go. And so Huangbo is famous for that. He's famous for training great Master Linji. Okay. And later, Master Linji also adopted the kind of violent treatment of the students. And Linji would beat up on students and scream and yell at them and kick them and brutalize them. And that's how Linji helped people become enlightened as well. Okay, many of his disciples. That's Linji's trademark. Okay, the verbal and physical brutality. Okay. All right, and so that's the story behind this. So you hear this story, you see how these people become enlightened, and because even though Huangbo was living in a hut, but you probably don't know that even though he lives in a hut, very humble, very poor, but he's surrounded by Dharma protectors. Okay, so the area he lived is very peaceful. So that's why that master looked out. He sat there near the hut and meditated and meditated and meditated, and that's what helped. The environment is extremely helpful. Okay, so that's why we have these places for you to give you protection and support for your spiritual pursuits. Yes, in the back.
Master, nowadays we have your house next to the temple. Should we sit around your house? Do we get the same protection?
You come to my house, you'll be kicked out. The temple is for you, the house for me. I have no Huangbo, so I have no interest in imitating him at all. I give you a temple, that's enough. I need my space. Okay, but that's a good point. In fact, which brings up another point. We also very fortunate that over the last 20 years, we've been able to have to gradually build up this community of cultivators, and we're different from a Chinese Buddhist system in that I'm Americanized. I do things American style, meaning that I look at efficiency and proficiency instead of seniority, like in the business world. If you're competent and you can deliver, I will promote you. So that's why, even though some of my disciples in the sanghas, they may be women, but I still promote them over men when necessary, because it's about getting the job done to help others. Okay, and not surprisingly, the weaker men are bothered by that. The stronger men are not, and so it's part of the training as well. You don't like it, tough luck. You're jealous, that's your problem. Okay, get better. Now you don't have to be jealous anymore. And so at this point here, I'm very happy that I have a structure to offer you. In that, in our temples, we have 3 abbots there. The old one at DTT, and the 2 young ones here at WMT and Gold Forest. And there are, trust me, these are the kind of Chan masters who can stand on their own. If we were here in let's say, if we were in Taiwan, for example, I'm pretty sure that the lay people, rich people, would have stolen them from underneath my nose already. Because the rich Taiwanese are very, very wise. They have this strong tradition that they know that they got rich because of having planted blessings, okay, a lot of blessings. And so they train their children to preserve the wealth of the family by planting more blessings with Mahayana. So these Taiwanese people are very scary. The lay people are very scary. They're always scoping around for enlightened masters. And if they find one who's enlightened, they will come over and say, Master, can I build a temple for you? It will be in a mountain. It's a very beautiful location. Great feng shui. Okay? And you have your own temple. You don't need to put up with Master YongHua. He's just too temperamental. And you don't want to be poor the rest of your life like him. Okay? So I'm lucky in that sense here, because if this were in Taiwan, I would have lost my abbots already. Okay? And so, having said that, also since they're still here, and we don't know how much long they're going to be around, I want you to take advantage of it. Okay? And so I plan to take advantage of myself. So, for example, Master Z here at WMT, I call it I am emptiness. That's his nickname. His motto is I am emptiness. Okay, and the old monk at DTT is I am. What is he known for? I forgot. Huh? What is he known for? Did I go?
I thought Master Z was peace.
Oh, I'm peace. I'm sorry. I am peace. See? I am peace. Okay, peace. Yeah. That's why we give him a peace thing. I am peace. Thank you. And what's the old abbot is known as?
It It was mountain.
Huh?
Mountain.
A mountain? Oh, geez, how come she remember all these things? Okay, I'm mountain, meaning that you can't move him. Okay, once he makes up his mind, good luck trying to make him change his mind. Okay, and what are you known for as?
Master said air.
You air? What did I say? She's air. You can't even see her. You can't qualify air, can you? Huh? Okay, so these three people, we are lucky they're still with us, so take advantage of it, okay? Come to the temple because of them. Don't worry about me, okay? I am too old to be of any use. I just have a big mouth, that's all. But they're the one who are delivering for you. They're the one who carry you on the shoulders. That's what Samadhi is about. Samadhi is stronger, is strength. You need strength to carry people on your shoulder, okay? Carry you to safety, to nirvana, okay? So you're very lucky now here at our way places. You have these people and you're able to come. So Master Z is here, so take advantage of it and practice. All right? Any questions about that? And of those of you who cannot make it here, we also have inter-temple and internet and so forth. You can tune in, right? Can they tune in and join our assemblies? Okay? That's also very helpful. All right? That's the next best thing possible for you. Any questions and comments? Yes, 3.
Amitabha Master, I don't know if it's related to the Qi. I have been having problem with Daniel for starting beginning of May and couldn't come to the temple for a month. And even Daniel couldn't come to the temple for 3 weeks from now on. Well, that's one thing. Second thing is, today when I was driving to the temple, 1 block before I got to Way Mountain, I felt scared suddenly and wanted to turn back. I don't know what it was and what can I do, Master? Thank you.
Okay. Okay, I'm sorry you're having some struggles. That's normal. Okay. Typically, you struggle because you don't have enough blessings. And you have enough blessings, it's smooth sailing. When you don't have enough blessings, you will struggle. And it varies from time to time. There is no fixed rule of thumb. You may have blessings for this event, but next month, next week, it may change. So you never know. It's called the wind of change. Okay. So when you have such things, there's such obstructions, you can ask for help. You can recite the Bodhisattva's name. For example, we're beginning Wan Yin Chi tomorrow. So if you're going to come there for that Chi, then you can call out to Wan Yin Bodhisattva. Say, Wan Yin Pusa, please help. Okay? And after that will be Amitabha Buddha. So you can call on Amitabha Buddha for help. And after that will be a Chanchi. And you can call it, someone for help. Okay? So they're there to help you. So you can call Buddhas, you can call Bodhisattvas. We are the Wei Yang chants style of training. So you can call on Master YongHua, you can call on Wei Shan Master, Yang Shan Master, and so forth. They're there to help you. Okay? If you sincerely ask for help, you will get help. Okay? That's what they do. They're there to help us. The reason I'm able to do this for all of you for the last 20 years is because I got a lot of help. Got a lot of help from them, as well as a lot of help from you as well. Okay? It's how it works. I've got help from you, I've got help from above as well. Okay? So don't be afraid to ask for help. Okay? If you want to cultivate, and it will be good for you, whether you're driving to the temple or you're at home joining us, okay? You might find some challenges yourself, okay? And then you can ask for help yourselves, okay? That's what they're there for. If you believe, you have faith, they will help you, okay? All the challenges, all the difficulties you experience during these times are actually very good for you, okay? As a rule of thumb, okay? When you practice intensively like this, and you encounter some issues, those are very good for you, okay? They can help you make progress faster. All right? Anyone else? Yes, 9.
Thank you, Masters. Just following up from your answers, sometimes my wife has the same obstacles when she tries to cultivate, and I also just repeating what Master says, like calling Bodhisattva or Buddha for helps. And her answer to me is she feels like she doesn't deserve it. She doesn't deserve help. And she quoting Master like saying Bodhisattva and Buddha only help who deserve it. And I don't know how to answer her, so I want to ask you for if you could answer her. Could help me answer her, please. Thank you.
It's not that she doesn't deserve it. I think it's more that she doesn't really want to cultivate. My point is very simple. If it's that important to you, you want it so badly, okay? And then sometimes, more often than not, there will be obstructions. Those obstructions, if you know how to handle those obstructions, then you can break through a lot faster. The weak and will back out. So the difference between progress and lack of progress, I'm not worried about success or failure. To me, it's no success, it's no failure. It's about whether you make progress or not, okay? I think the world is too obsessed with success and too afraid of failure, which is worldly concerns, okay? I'm more interested in your making progress, okay? So the difference between you making progress and not is primarily how badly you want it. The obstruction are basically a test. Do you really want it or not? If you want it, then you try your best. And once you exhausted all your resources, you know that the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are there to help you. Okay? And you can ask for help. Okay? And so it's a test, really. It's a test on how badly you want it, how, as the Chinese put it, how sincere you are. Because typically, the modern day people, especially the educated people, they are very calculating. They are too smart, and therefore they really don't have faith. They only believe in the brains, in the intellect. They think they can figure it out, but a lot of things that are beyond them, It's not something, so many things in life, in your daily life, you cannot use the intellect to resolve them. But you refuse to acknowledge it. You refuse, you are too vain. You think that you can figure everything out. And you dwell on the things that you can figure out. So your life is so narrow. Okay? Whereas you simply let go. And you see that you use the wisdom. Then you see the world is a lot bigger than your little intellect. Okay? There's a calculative intellect. The one that jumps on, that in Buddhism, the mind that climbs on conditions, don't think that we don't see it. Okay? If your mind climbs on conditions and you come near me, I'm warning you. I know it, but I don't say anything. I judge you, but I don't say anything. Okay? But I do judge you. Okay? You are so small thinker. You're so petty. You try and manipulate me, and try to manipulate others. You're climbing on conditions for so little gains. You're so full of yourselves. You're not as smart as you think. Okay? You think your intellect is so limited, so slow, so one-dimensional. Okay? You may be able to use it to get along with your boss and your family and so forth, but that's such a small domain. Your wisdom is multidimensional. It's so much faster than your linear thinking. Okay? And you simply are limiting yourself, that's all. Okay, so what I'm hearing from your question is that you're trying too hard to help her. Maybe she's too much, she feels the pressure from you. You're trying to come to the temple because she loves you, and she sees that she wants to be close to you, and she didn't quite understand why you're so obsessed about the temple. Okay? Maybe she lived with fear that you may shave your head and abandon her. Okay? So there's always a conflict there. That's those insecurities there. And so if help comes along with you get deeper into this, you may find that life as a monk is more interesting. And so, there's always a conflict there, okay? So you cannot force it. You simply, what I would do is try to avoid putting pressure on her, okay? I would put it as, come when you can, come as much you can, come when you need to, okay? And you make it up by when you're going home, all of you, this applies to all of you, when you have a chance to be here, after you have a chance to be here, beware that you're spending a lot of your blessings. A lot of blessings, okay? And you also are accruing a lot of blessings as well. Okay, it takes blessings to create blessings. Yes, you suffer a big loss of blessings, but you cultivate, you have a lot of blessings after cultivation. You are home. You should compensate. You should compensate your family and your loved one for the time that you took to take care of yourself instead of spending it with them. So you make sure you compensate. You are nicer, you're kinder, you're sweeter, more tolerant, okay? Because they also wondering, why is mom always going to the temple ignoring me, okay? Yeah. And always that fear, is she going to shave her head? Hint, hint. Girls, those who still have hairs, okay? So be kind, and please do not put pressure on them. All right. Thank you. Oh, there's a question here from Ziet. Go ahead.
Thank you, Master. The anecdote that you told just now, I looked it up because you mentioned that's the founding patriarch of the Yunmen lineage. The founding patriarch of Yunmen lineage, I looked it up. His name is Wenyan Chanshi, Chan Master Wenyan. And the temple he founded was actually not far away from Master Huineng's Nanhua Chan temple. And the story, the anecdote actually happened between Master Wenyan and a particular disciple of Patriarch Huangbo.
Oh, not Huangbo himself? Okay. That's typical of the Japanese, they a little bit off. Okay, very good. Would you mind sending us the original Chinese text, please? Okay.
Will do.
Okay, very good. Thank you, I appreciate it. Okay, stop here today. Thank you, everyone.